Last year, I was spending close to 10 grand a month running my YouTube channel. I had 2 full-time editors, a scriptwriter, a videographer, a content manager, and an assistant. And today, it's just me and my part-time assistant. And the work is better than it's ever been before. Now, I'm gonna show you the exact step-by-step playbook to do the exact same thing, to give yourself back your time, to be able to post better content, to be able to cut out the expensive overhead so that you can run your YouTube channel and running a business through your YouTube channel more obtainable, easier, and frictionless. So with that being said, this is the full playbook for running a YouTube channel the right way, the smart way, in 2026. Now, for anybody who's ever run a team, you would know that it's kind of a nightmare at times. The amount of time it takes to manage other humans, to train them on your systems, your frameworks, to make sure that they're actually using those systems, fixing their mistakes, sitting through the back and forth, it eats more time than the work itself sometimes. And a lot of creators, they hit this wall. A lot of people I speak to hit this wall and end up quitting because of it. And then the ones who do actually push through and make it through, they end up just hiring more people to manage those people. And I mean, at this point now they're just running a media company instead of being a creator or a business owner, an entrepreneur. Listen, if nobody has told you this yet, let me be the first. You do not need a big team anymore. The creators who are really doing well, the smart ones right now, they have the most important thing of all. They have one thing nobody else has, a unique perspective. They have their own brain, their own take, something polarizing that doesn't sound like everybody else, that sets them apart from blending in to the sea of sameness that exists on YouTube, in the world in general. And the smart creators pair that polarizing perspective, that unique take, with a handful of AI tools that do all the grunt work. The stuff that used to take 5 people to do and a lot of money. And that is the whole model that we're gonna be breaking down. So this all starts with an AI agent, but don't be scared. This one's easier than anything else you've probably ever used if you've tried dabbling with AI agents. The AI agent I'm gonna show you is called Higgsfield Supercomputer, and it's literally one chat, easy to use like ChatGPT, with every role that I just described and more. Now, I'm gonna be moving pretty fast through this video, so if there's any parts that don't really apply to you, I'm gonna put chapter titles right below so that you could skim through the video to find the best parts that are most applicable for you. Just make sure that you stick around to the end, because I'm gonna show you what happened when I gave this thing literally one prompt and asked it to basically build my entire content-led business. It's pretty mind-blowing. All right, so let's start with the scripting of YouTube videos. So in the past, I had a scriptwriter for a few months. He was a smart guy, he was talented. Every script that he sent back, I'd read it and it sounded like a really good YouTube script, right? The angles were fine, the pacing was okay. The problem was it sounded nothing like me. It felt generic, right? There was no edge. It took like 3 rounds of revisions to drag any actual personality into the script. And by the time I shot the video, at that point, I just lost the energy that I had when the idea hit me in the first place. So now what I do is this. I drop a video link from a top creator in my niche, or even in other niches. And then I have this AI agent, Higgsfield Supercomputer. It watches it frame by frame, not the transcript, the actual footage. So it can read the hook timing, the pacing of the video, the call to action placement, the song they even used, right? The exact second that the energy shifted, that the story beats were changed. It can analyze and read all of it. It's mental. Then after I have it analyze that, I basically give it my last 3 YouTube videos so it can pull the rhythm of how I talk. It can pull the phrases that I use repeatedly. It can use the angles that I take that nobody else does. And of course, I give it context to make sure I'm being the brains of the script, because you never want to let AI think for you. You always want it to go based off of what your thoughts, your take is, your perspective. And then I basically tell it to write a script in my voice and then I just insert the topic. And then I can tell it to hit the same retention beats as the reference that I gave it, and don't water down my polarizing take. See that when I put this prompt that you just saw on screen into this agent, this output that you see right now sounds like me. That line that it just wrote is a line that I would have probably written like 6 hours into just a brain dump, but it got to it for me within like 2 minutes. Listen, every other AI tool just reads transcriptions and then it throws away the actual visuals, the picture. But this one, it watches the actual video. Like literally watches the video. And that's why the script is so good, or when you use this tool for script writing. Okay, but on to the part where most solo creators or people who don't have a big team get stuck. the footage. Now, I've shot many videos, like for example, one video about my work week. And in that video, like most of my videos, I need B-roll, supplementary footage of me doing the thing I'm talking about so I can show, not just tell. So I need footage or video of me working at my desk, me editing, me doing whatever it is, X, Y, and Z. I just need a lot of footage. Now for me, I have a background in videography. So I was able to do that fine. It's easy for me. I have several cameras. I know how to shape light. I know how to do all that. Aside from it being time consuming, it was doable. But for most people, it's not. It's extremely hard. For most people, you always find that you get awkward angles or the lighting looks bad or the image just doesn't come out as polished as you want it to. Well, now I do this. And it's the same thing that can fix the problem I just mentioned that you probably all have too. So all I need to do is go into this AI agent called Higgsfield Supercomputer, and I could literally say, generate cinematic B-roll of me working at my desk during golden hour. Make it 35mm look, same wardrobe across every shot. And then after I give it that prompt, what I'm gonna do before I click submit is I'm gonna upload a character sheet of myself, which you can literally make in 5 minutes with your iPhone and Canva. And boom, same face, same style, super realistic looking videos of me. There was no shoot day, there was no second person. And now I would have tons of usable footage from one prompt. And pay attention, some of the biggest creators lately have been using B-roll with AI, because if you know how to generate AI video right, you can make it look so realistic. You can even put certain overlays within editing that make it indistinguishable from actual footage. But typically, once you have the footage, then you need to move on to the next part of the process, which honestly is a huge bottleneck or pain point for many. It's video edit. Now I had 2 full-time editors at one point. They were $3 grand each per month. And for that, it still took 7 to 9 days to turn around a video, a 12-minute video. And most of the time they were spending wasn't even cutting the footage. It was on things like motion graphics, animations, text, like typography. It was stuff like that. So here's the thing. Most popular video editing softwares like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, even CapCut, they all have auto cut silences now. Meaning you could just use these tools that AI built in to just cut the footage for you. So that part's solved. The hard part is usually everything after. But now I can literally have this AI agent Higgsfield Supercomputer go ahead and create animations for specific lines in my video. For example, I could tell it to build me a kinetic typography opener for this script in my brand colors. Boom. Like it's actually amazing. It did really well. And that right there is hours of work from a motion designer, done in 3 minutes. And you know what the heck, just for fun, check this out. I can tell it, cut this YouTube script into a TV ad grade sequence, make it a Cook S7i look, which by the way is a very beautiful cinematic look if you're unaware, and make it anamorphic. Hold my face across every shot, okay? So I can give it that, let's see what it does. I mean, this is crazy stuff. Like that right there is the visual quality that I used to pay $6 grand a month for. Okay, cool, now the cut is done. Now it's time to publish. Now, my content manager, back in the day, booked the posts for me. They repurposed my long form content into shorts. They built landing pages for certain lead magnets I had. They set up my email automations. It was $1,200 a month for this person, and they were smart, but every Monday I would find, which is when stuff was supposed to go out, I would find out that something just broke, right? Like something in the workflow somewhere broke, and something didn't post or go out because of it. And when this happens, it's not only more time, but it's more stress and it's lost money. And now what I do is this. I go to this AI agent, Higgsfield Supercomputer, and I'll simply prompt it by saying, build me a landing page for the lead magnet attached to this video. Use my brand kit and make it convert. Super simple prompt. You no longer need to spend tons of time going into a tool like Go High Level or using a manual site builder. You now have AI to do it all for you as long as you give it the right inputs. But it doesn't stop there. For example, I can also tell it to please write the 4 email welcome sequence for anyone who opts into my lead magnet, and make sure you write it in my voice. Okay, and now what it just did is wrote 4 emails for anyone who signs up for my free lead magnet, and it set it and created everything, all the automations for me, so that as soon as somebody signs into my free lead magnet, the emails will automatically fire. And I already know it's in my voice because I've trained it on how I speak earlier in the process when I gave it videos of mine. Also, this AI agent has connectors and skills. So I connected my ConvertKit account, which is where I host my email newsletter, and it's literally, it just handles everything else for me. Okay, but what about posting? Like, man, it takes so long, right? Or if you have a content manager doing it, you have to train them how to do it. You have to show them how to do chapter titles and all this other stuff. And you have to make sure that they actually implement it correctly. Well, watch this. I'm just going to ask Higgsfield Supercomputer to please schedule the YouTube upload for Tuesday at 9 a.m. GMT. cut 3 shorts from this long form, and then what the heck, make me a banger Instagram carousel to promote the video. This just completed 3 jobs with 1 prompt in literally less than 12 minutes. And again, it can do it really well because it has connectors. So you can connect things like your YouTube channel and it can do all of this for you. But if that wasn't enough, here's where it actually gets super crazy. Everything I just showed you was me using the Higgsfield Supercomputer AI agent 1 role at a time, doing 1 thing at a time. But now watch what happens when you give it 1 prompt and just let it run the whole flywheel. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass, basically like a webinar coming up soon in about 2 weeks time. And I gave the Higgsfield Supercomputer AI agent 1 prompt. I wanted to test it and see what would happen. I asked it to build me my entire launch for this webinar. And then this happened. It went and researched the biggest gaps that was in the market. It pulled the top performing webinars in the space without me even asking. It found the angles that nobody was hitting on within their webinars. And it can do this because it can do competitive research across social media and across all online, basically the web. It also went ahead and built a brand kit for me with logo concepts, color palettes, typography, even a voice document. So I can basically, it's trained on my voice, and you name it. Like, it just went on, just giving me value. It even built the landing page live, like rendered in front of me. This is crazy. It wrote the email sequences for my emails in my voice. It wrote launch content, meaning Twitter posts or X posts, Instagram carousels, and the cherry on top, if that wasn't enough, it made ads, 5 creatives with 3 different angles. And the thing is, they're actually good. Like, it's good, it's quality stuff. It's better than most people could probably do inside of Canva themselves. But my favorite part is over 60% of this was complete in the time it took me to make myself a cup of coffee. I mean, just do the math on what this used to cost. A designer for a brand kit, probably like $3 grand. A developer to build a landing page, probably $2 grand, right? A copywriter for the funnel is probably like a grand or $1,500. An editor for the launch video is definitely quite a bit of money. A media buyer to do the ads, definitely expensive. It's probably easy 10 grand all in. And that's not even your time investment. It's probably 3 to 4 weeks of project management as well. And yet we just did all this in 20 minutes. Now there's a part of all of this that completely obliterated my mind. And it's the fact that this does way more than what was my old organization chart, like for my business. Because now it analyzes any competitor's channels or even Instagrams and tells me exactly why the content that's working so well for them is working. It also scans the internet for any trends in any niche in real time, which is super hard to do with AI typically. It summarizes hour-long podcasts into clip-ready shorts. So if you're a podcaster, that's super valuable. For example, I just launched a new podcast. I'll announce it soon, but we're cutting several clips and several short form pieces of content for every episode we do. And I've been using this AI agent to find the juiciest parts of the podcast to cut into good cohesive clips. And spoiler alert, it does a really good job. Also, when I was just having fun with it, testing it out, it builds really good sponsorship pitch decks. It writes code for tools that I want to launch. Like, the only barrier to entry is how much you can imagine, really, because it could execute on any idea. Like, things that my old team just couldn't do even on their best day. And look, like, the math on running a YouTube team in 2026 and onward, it just doesn't make sense anymore. Like, the math doesn't match. 10 grand a month for like 6 people, 40 hours a week managing them. Like, the work was good, but it wasn't great. And I'm sure people have done it better than I have, of course. Maybe I wasn't as optimized as I could have been. But at the time, like, half my time was spent keeping the machine running instead of actually doing the thinking. But now I literally spend 90% of my time on the part of my business and the content that actually matters, which is having time to think, having a unique take on something, finding an angle, saying something that nobody else in my space is saying, and then having AI do all of the grunt work, all the time-consuming stuff that doesn't involve my brain. That's the only thing that's going to win, I believe. And if you want to create a profitable, well-oiled content engine going forward, like 2026 onward, it's gonna be your perspective, your brain, because the grunt work's over. And if I'm being straight up with you guys, like, the creators who figure this out now are gonna pull so far ahead. The ones who are still stuck kind of building bigger teams at scale, they're about to get lapped by solar operators half their size, by solopreneurs. And these solopreneurs, these people who are keeping it as lean as possible, they're gonna be running this exact stack we just went through, putting out work that's sharper, faster, and more polarizing than anything a big team can produce and execute in the same amount of time. Now, if you guys want to try Higgsfield Supercomputer, the link is in the description below. This is a sponsored video. And when you join, try it out for yourself. Drop your niche into the AI agent, your offer, your competitor's channel links, all of it, and just click submit and just watch what it does. Because the only way you'll actually understand how incredible everything I'm saying is if you actually try it yourself. In one of the links below, you can join my completely free school community. And inside of there, in the community section, post what you guys built with Higgsfield Supercomputer AI agent. I would love to see what you guys are doing with that. But there's a really big problem here. And that problem is that 99% of people who are using AI, even when you have technology like this, completely use it wrong. As I've already said twice in this video, they're not doing the most important part. They're not being the brains, they're not thinking. They're letting AI think for them. And that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. But if you want to understand how to master AI to do all of the grunt work and how to control it by being the brains of everything and how to control attention as a byproduct to grow on YouTube and grow your business, then I highly suggest that you watch this video next where I break it down step by step. That being said, I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.